Hello everyone, and welcome back to Jesse Heck Creative. Welcome to the final day of G.I. June. Today we're going over every single figure in the line, from worst to best. That's right, it's a ranked video. If you want to be the best, make sure to like, subscribe, share, and leave a comment telling me which is your favorite figure in the line. I like to see if our opinions match. So without further ado, yo Joe, and let's get to it. Number 40 is Movie Storm Shadow. I find this figure to be incredibly horrible. I love the character in the film, yet I wasn't a fan of the action figure at all. The eyes are entirely different between actor face and the face on the figure, and the cream color is just awful. The swords are okay, and the method to put it on the back of his back, at least, is just weird with that little plate thing. It just bugs me. It's a very lackluster figure, and honestly, it just pales in comparison to any other Storm Shadow in this line. Number 39, Movie Snake Eyes. Like Movie Storm Shadow, it was a dud. The movie flopped. I liked some characters in it, yet the Movie Snake Eyes action figure is just terrible. It really is not like the best that the line could ever have or hope to have, seeing as this movie was the flagship line to push the figures forward. The reverse actually did happen, where the movie came after the figures, and the figures did so well that they're going to keep going with figures, I guess. That's great, actually, that they do this kind of thing. That's awesome. But going back to the Movie Snake Eyes figure, it's just awful. The arms are loose. The Rashikage symbol is barely there. The face sculpt is okay, yet the rest of the figure doesn't really work for me. The sword, I hate that sword just because of what it means in the movie, and also because it doesn't really go on the back. It just falls off the back, and it's just awful and terrible. Not a good figure to get. I don't see on the pegs because it's Snake Eyes, but then again, his name's all over the packaging, so yeah, gullible people, be gullible. Number 38 is Gung Ho. I am not a fan of this guy at all. I don't get his character. The symbol on his chest is most likely wrong, or incorrect at least. There's probably a Navy sort of kind of dispute with the copyright for that symbol, and they had to change it. Yet Gung Ho is just weird. He's a reuse of Roadblock, as far as I would know, and just that I don't like him. He has a weird look on his face. He has that weird mustache. He's very sort of 80s, I think, yet I wasn't born then. It's not really my cup of tea. The guns don't fit in the back. The guns don't really fit in the hands all that well. It's just very to me. Not my favorite, by a long shot. There's way better figures in this line than Gung Ho. Number 37, Arctic Storm Shadow. I liked him initially, but seeing as everyone else bumped him down the list, yeah, that cream color again is just awful. They do some cool things with him in a way. That grappling hook is pretty new, yet the rope I feel like is going to fray in a while. Every weapon he has is cream colored, which is kind of awful. The gold is out of place. The only thing I really like about him is that little pattern on his chest. You know, that kind of snowy looking icicle pattern. That's pretty neat. But other than that, just way better can be done. Number 36, Roadblock. The number one figure, literally. It's good, but not great. Or, I mean, even excellent. It's just very big and bulky. It's kind of huge. The weapon's really weird to hold. It doesn't really hold all that well. He comes with maybe a knife, that's it. I had to actually kit bash him to make him look pretty tolerable. That hat kind of saves him a little bit for me, at least. Yet, the first version of him that ever came out was just terrible. That green is just an awful sort of puke green. They fixed him up a bit, made him look a little bit better. That didn't really do all that much for me. Again, I just don't see the point of this figure all that much. There's better Roadblocks down the line, at least. Number 35, Regal Cobra Commander. Classic as he may be, I feel like he just doesn't really have all that much to go for him as far as this figure. There's better Cobra Commanders that are better than this guy, just like Roadblock. And that's a shame. I just don't like how mine has really loose hips on him, and it just is better for the other two versions of Cobra Commander. So yeah, it may be good if you give him a cape or something, but as it stands, Regal Cobra Commander is quite low on the list. Number 34, Cobra Trooper. Yeah, I said Cobra Trooper because infantry surpasses it in every possible way. You don't have those breaking goggles. You don't have that huge sniper rifle that takes up space in his back. I find the infantry to be way better than this one. It's a good figure nonetheless. Yet those goggles breaking are a major, major oversight. If those goggles wouldn't break and they were surefire to not like explode when I put them on the figure, they'd be number 1. As it stands, Cobra Trooper is number 34. 33, Movie Baroness. Yeah, I like the Baroness as a character a lot. I'm not a fan of the whole sex symbol thing. That's beside the point. This figure is just okay. The face is just awful, I think. It isn't really capture the look of the character in the film, or the actress, Ursula, I believe. But Movie Baroness is just not that great. She looks kind of cool as some kind of Cobra, you know, kind of infantry or some kind of, higher up ranked member, maybe her personal guard or something. But as it stands, the Movie Baroness isn't really that great. She comes with some cool weapons, which is fine, which bumps her up the list a little bit, but not cool enough, to just be a good figure in my eyes. Number 32, Barbecue. Yes, that rhymes, and yes, I believe that's his number. Or it's 31. Actually, I think it is 32. Moving on. Barbecue's good. He's orange. I like him a lot. You can use him for a jumpsuit Destro in prison, which would work out pretty well. Yet, that hose is really weird. His weapons kind of hinge on strangely to his body. He's kind of clunky and big. I like how he looks, yet I'm not a big fan of how his articulation is, how he moves. His hips are very loose. Once again, that's a big issue with this line, the hips. If they could fix that somehow, being too tight or too loose, they gotta Goldilocks it, make it just right, and it'd be perfect. But as it stands, Barbecue is a little too flashy and kind of weird for me, at least in my taste. He has some good pieces and good ideas, but they're not fully fleshed out for me. Number 31, Cobra Viper. The Vipers are really cool, they're neat, they're kind of like Cobra Commander-esque in a way. They look like they are his personal guard, and they look like him. So that's pretty neat. I like it a lot. Yet, I find that the goggles, again, hinder the figure a lot. They're just not really that great at all. And the backpack, too, kind of just sets really weird on him. It's just a shame. Yet, I like how they look. I like how they move. They have the cool arm guards for customizability. I like that. You can also put the goggles wherever you want. That's pretty neat too, on the helmet or on the leg, as I did. I like that symmetry. I like that kind of, way you can make it work for yourself. That's good. But having figures break on you like goggles is a no-no to me. They look really cool, but not cool enough to be at a higher spot. Number 30, Flint. Flint's good. He has some articulation issues with his abs and everything. That ab crunch is hindered by that vest. But he's really cool. I love his shotgun. That's a really, really cool accessory, and it's very nice. I like it a lot. His hat's pretty cool as well, yet him being articulation hindered is not really that great. If they fix that, he'd be a little bit higher on the list. Number 29, Duke. The OG G.I. Joe, for me at least. I think that he's one of the original guys, at least, as far as that goes. He's pretty cool, really nice. He has a nice scar on him. He has that good paint on his hair. Yet I find that the backpack doesn't really sit well on him. That's kind of it. He's a very middle-of-the-road figure for me. He's the base if you want to get a figure as far as G.I. Joe goes. He's recognizable. He looks cool. He has a lot of good army stuff on him. Those binoculars are super cool. He has 2 different versions you can collect as well, which puts him pretty high on the list. And that's really nice. Yet he's very basic. He doesn't really have anything sort of extra special that really makes him stand apart from the other Joes with more accessories, more hands, helmets, etc. If he had a little bit more stuff, maybe he'd be higher on the list. But for now, Duke's pretty middle of the road, but I'm fine with that. Number 28, Cobra Commander, the navy blue one, the regular one. Number 6, yeah, I love this guy. He's really good. He has a problem standing. Okay, so there. That's my big issue with him. He looks really great. Some of the paint may be messed up on him sometimes. His face is prone to some scratching a little bit, I can find, if you aren't really that careful with him. Yet, he's a really great figure. He comes with a cool sword, a really cool gun, some great hands and stuff. They look great, yet him standing is kind of an issue. Also, a little bit of his articulation is kind of, weird because of that cloak and that overlay he has. I'd love a classic Cobra Commander someday that fixes these issues and makes them a little more bare bones, because I think the less stuff the figures have, the more the articulation can shine, and that's what this line's really about for me. The articulation and the accessories. Having a place to hold it like a backpack is fine, but having that articulation is much more important for me. Cobra Commander is 28. 27, Red Ninja. I really like these guys, yet they're kind of hindered by the fact that we've seen everything they come with already. All the stuff they have comes with the Deluxe Snake Eyes, and that puts them a little bit down in my taste. We're also coming out with some Blue Ninjas soon, so again, that kind of puts them a little bit lower, knowing we'll get sort of variants of these guys, and they won't be as special. So Red Ninjas were cool way back when, but now they aren't, and they're just kind of a fad. I do like their eyes, though. They're pretty weird and creepy. But then again, that kind of makes a little mysticism, and I want to go a little more, you know, real life in a way. See some eyes behind there. That'd be pretty neat, I guess. But I digress. 26. Roadblock V2. Cool figure. Big old beard. Works for heavy duty. That's pretty nice, you know? They're having some trouble, I think, with legalization once again. With the heavy duty character name. They can't really use that, so I think they snuck him in this way. That's pretty cool. That's very neat with this guy. Yet I find that the figure just sort of lacks with that weird weapon thing. Again, you have to kit bash him and customize him to make him look good in my eyes. And that's kind of, I don't know. It doesn't really float my boat a little bit. But as it stands, he's a good figure. And kind of a little middle of the road, you know, like everyone else in these past like 5 or so figures. It's a good figure, but not great. I'd pick him up maybe if you want a heavy duty. Hello everyone, and thank you so much for watching so far. Make sure to click like, subscribe, share, and leave a comment. You can also click the bell icon for more creativity. Now let's get back to it. 25. Lady J. I like Lady J a lot. She's a really good figure. Has a lot of great stuff. Pinless articulation. Double jointed elbows. But her hips are really whack. I don't get it. It doesn't make sense to me how those hips can just like flop down and expose this weird hollow joint. If they fix that, she'd probably be way higher on the list. I like the articulation scheme she has, aside from the hips. I like the accessories she comes with. The face is a little kind of androgynous looking to me, honestly. But I love that cap. It's really neat, and the Joes need more caps, I think. But as far as it goes, she's right here at 25. 24. Heavy Artillery Roadblock. I told you there'd be better Roadblocks, and this one's actually really good. It harkens back to the sort of older army days of G.I. Joe. The old figures with the helmets and the huge guns and the more fatigue-looking kind of things. This guy's great. I feel like he'd work really, really well with some, you know, camo pants. You know, just go full-on camo. Maybe some gray pants. But those orange pants stick out like a sore thumb. It's a great-looking figure, but it just kind of doesn't... The colors don't really work for me as far as, you know, the color-wise. Articulation is, again, pretty standard. The look on the face is actually better than the other ones. I liked it a lot. A little more battle-hardened. The helmet is amazing. I need like 20 of those. But as it stands, he's 24. 23. Master of Disguise, Zartan. This is a parts pack for me. I'm sorry. I do not like the color change gimmick. It already kind of wore off in the back for me a little bit. As far as scraping goes, out of the package, I couldn't help that at all. And that really just, you know, grinds my gears a bit about that. But, you know, as that goes, it's a good figure with some great accessories that you can just give to the other Zartan, and that's fine by me. I love the sniper rifle. I love the masks. I love all the things you get from the other one. I miss the fact that you don't get the snake and the monkey paw, but other than that, he's pretty okay. He's Zartan, so he's better than the rest a little bit as my book goes, but he sits comfortably at number 23. 22. Major Blood. I love Major Blood so much. Put robots in my Joes? Heck yeah. Literally. You put a robot in a, you know, Cobra character villain. Yeah, that's really cool. Really awesome. I love that a lot. And yet, the backpack is just complete garbage. I could probably exclude it from the figure, but that wouldn't be including the entire figure in the package. They wouldn't be reviewing the entire figure. And that's kind of a shame. If they re-released him without the rocket launcher thing, he'd be a surefire, probably top 10 figure. Because he comes with that, the Cobra Infantry, Cobra Trooper body mold that works out so well that I love a lot. Yet, he just has a couple of things that really irk me and prevent him from getting higher in the list. Number 21, Scarlett. Scarlett's a really nice figure. She's really cool as far as her looks go. I like how she can look younger and older depending on if you get the redeco or the original. But as it stands, she's great all in all. Really nice figure, really good joints. She doesn't have, you know, double elbow joints, and I wish she did, but it's kind of fine by me, I guess. Fine being the operative word. Not great, not awesome, just fine. It's okay. She's a good figure, but not like really amazing. Yet she's Scarlett, which kind of, you know, the nostalgia factor kind of bumps her up a little bit for me. She has that horrible, horrible bow that everyone else has a better bow than her, and it just is terrible that it keeps falling apart whenever you even think of touching it. So yeah, Scarlett's at number 21 for that reason. Number 20, Cobra Officer. The Cobra Officer is really nice. It uses that tried and true infantry body mold, trooper body mold, yet the weapons don't really go in all that well. You have to kind of finagle them, work around them. The articulation is really nice in this guy because you lose that bulky vest. You lose the, you know, all that junk on him. But you gain more little things. You gain more tiny things. You sacrifice the larger weapons for some smaller ones, and you have to really kind of put them in and finagle with them and move it around and change it up, and that takes a lot of time. I want figures that I can just set up and that's it. Get them all nice and done. So yeah, Cobra Officer, he's new, he's cool, but he's also number 20 on the list. Number 19, Snake Supreme. This is the best Cobra Commander for me, at least. Yeah, you have to shell out a lot of money nowadays, but he's worth it to me. That cape is really cool, and as a fan, as a guy who doesn't like capes, yeah, that's saying something. He looks really gold. The ornate intricacies of his, you know, clothing are phenomenal. The print is amazing on this guy. It looks super cool. He comes with some amazing accessories, and yet he still has trouble standing. His shoes are just awful. I hate them. You have to really balance and finagle this guy around a bit. Yeah, he comes with a bunch of awesome stuff. Yeah, he looks really cool, but if you can't really move the figure around or pose him all that well, without him falling to the ground and risk, you know, destroying that cape, it isn't really worth it to me. Having Cobra Commander in the back of your army is fine, but if he falls forward, watch out. He might take out the entire battalion. So yeah, Snake Supreme is at number 19. Number 18, Beachhead. I really like what I did with Beachhead, with the eye color thing and Zartan. That kind of works pretty well. That gives him a little bump in the ratings at least. He's a great figure overall though. He has a really nice, you know, array of weapons, green as they may be, but it kind of works, you know. I've used them for my other kit bashes, and that kind of gives that a leg up too for this guy. He is really cool. I like his whole thing a lot, how you can't see his face. You don't know who this guy is. He has a little air of mystery. He's a drill sergeant. He's very, you know, particular and sort of like really, you know, about everything. And that's pretty neat. I like him a lot. The backpack does fall off though, which is my big gripe about him. But he sits comfortably at number 18 within the top 20. Number 17, Baroness and Coil. The Baroness is a hotly contested figure and character as one of the hottest characters in the G.I. Joe line. That notwithstanding, she is a wonderful figure all on her own. She works out really well. She looks great. She has a lot of good articulation. She can't stand all that great, I don't think. But she looks really cool nonetheless. The Coil is a nice bike. It works out really well. It's super neat how you can put anybody you want on it. The wheels turn with the handlebars, which is pretty nice. I gave it to Destro, who is comfortably sitting on it before that his tank arrives. Maybe, most likely, I haven't backed it yet, but just saying, I might do a review on that. You never know. But yeah, Baroness and Coil are really cool. I'm glad we have the Baroness in this line. My only gripe with her is that you can't really take her head off to put the helmet on. That's kind of a shame, but she sits comfortably at number 17. Number 16, Commando Snake Eyes and Timber. Commando Snake Eyes is a nice figure that uses a lot of body molds and stuff we've seen before. You can use it as a sort of like SWAT team guy, and that would work pretty well. But the real star in this is Timber. I am so happy with that dude. He's adorable. He's a little wolf boy. He's awesome, and I love him. He's just so cute. It's great. The articulation's phenomenal. The look is amazing. Everything about Timber is just epic. And yeah, they're sitting pretty at number 16. Number 15, Firefly Dynamite. That's all. I love the Dynamite. The drone is really neat too. Gives him a little buddy. You know, he looks really great with that sort of like gray camo. It's awesome. And he's also, his face looks insane when you take those goggles off. Those mad eyes, those cracked, scarred face. The little, I don't want to see his full face. It probably looks like Deadpool or something. But yeah, Firefly is super neat. My big issue with him, though, and why he isn't higher, is because his hips broke the first time I ever got him. And I had to return him and get a new one. And then stand off the hips. But once you do that, it works out really well. It's a great figure. It's pretty awesome. I like it a lot. Yet those hips just hold it back. Those hips don't lie. But yeah, Firefly, you sit awesomely at number 15. Number 14, Spirit and Freedom. Spirit's a figure that I had to sort of re-rank a little bit as far as things go. I did get a replacement for my other one, and it works out amazingly. Spirit's awesome. Freedom's really cool. They do have a little bit of a, standing issue with moving them around and stuff, and trying to, finagle that extra weight from Freedom. But once you get them all posed, they're awesome. Oh my god, Freedom is so cute. Again, put an animal in these figures and I'll probably love it to death. I'm glad we have more animals. I mean, I feel like having characters that aren't just like, the Joes or the Cobra, within here are really kind of helping the line, flesh out a little bit more. It's just really great to see all these different things modeled, because you see all these boring humans and then you see animal, it's like, oh my god, the molds are amazing on this thing. It's great. Freedom's really wonderful. Great articulation, great sculpt, great paint too. Looks really nice. Spirit is awesome too. I actually had the choice between two different paints and the older one worked out better. So yeah, it's just really nice to see how Hasbro's improving everything, even with the same figure in different batches of the figure creation. But yeah, Spirit and Freedom sit at number 14. Number 13, Breaker and Ram. I really like these two. Breaker is kind of weird and funky with his joints, yet the Ram is just so perfect. You can use that for anybody. I have maybe 8 to 10 Rams just sitting there, waiting for my Joes to get on them. They're just really awesome bikes. They look really cool. They ride really cool. And it's just really nice. I really love the attachment sidecar thing. I want to use that for like a unicycle or a robot that can just roll around and shoot. That's pretty fun. It's a really fun set, and you can use Breaker as a generic army guy too. Swap the head, maybe swap some body parts, turn him into the guy that I made even, Grasshead, that guy. Remember him? But yeah, Breaker's a really nice set. The Ram is a really great bike. Go get him. Number 13. Number 12, Movie Scarlett. I'm surprised I put it this high. Yeah, great face sculpt, great paint, great battle damage on the body. Just so good as this figure is. It's just really nice. The bow is the best bow I've seen any figure have, at least for this sort of one-handed bow, that kind of single crossbow kind of thing. That's really great. The muted colors are really nice on her. The colors on the yellow and the brown just work really well. The face is perfect for Scarlett. I may just put her in my regular collection. So yeah, Movie Scarlett's just awesome. She's really great. At number 12. Number 11, Alley Viper. I love these guys the second I saw them. They're orange. You know why I love... Well, not you know why I love orange, but I just love orange. It's a great color. My favorite color, actually, next to purple. Yeah, orange is just amazing. I love it so much. I wish that, the armor was purple instead of blue, but I understand the orange and blue dichotomy. I love orange more than purple, by the way, but yeah. It's just a really nice figure. It works out great. It has some great accessories. They can all fit on the body. You have that amazing, phenomenal shield that's really cool with a radar inside. That's really neat. That's clever. You have that face thing you could push down and push back up. The armor, it's like an armored sort of traffic cone ready to kill you. I'm really happy with this guy. They're super cool. I love them a lot. My issue with them, I think, is the hips. On some of them are kind of going a little bit and getting a little too tight. It's a shame. And the weapons are kind of hard to get in and out of the hands and just finagle everything so it's holding everything at once. But once you get there, they're really awesome at number 11. Hello everyone, and thank you so much for watching so far. Make sure to click like, subscribe, share, and leave a comment. You can also click the bell icon for more creativity. Now let's get back to it. Number 10, Prophet Director Destro. I love this man. I love this guy so much. He's all gold, he has a leopard cape, he has burning money, a gold briefcase, gold chain with a silver buckle, interesting, silver jewel holder. His head's gold, did I mention that? He's all mauve or wine colored or something, like red wine. And just leopard printed crotch. Everything about him is just phenomenal. He's just perfect. Oh my god, he's just... He is basically, if you gained $1 million and you had to make yourself out and make yourself cooler, yeah, that's how you'd make yourself. I'm just super happy with him. He looks really cool. I love this guy a lot. Prophet Director Destro is wonderful and sits at number 10. Number 9, Akiko. I'm surprised too. I like her a lot. She's a really great figure, and with a lot of some good accessories. You know, she's simple. It's very, very simple. I think I reviewed her right after I reviewed Storm Shadow, and the contrast was so great that I put her this high. But this body sculpt is really nice. It works out really well. She has amazing articulation. She has a very good head sculpt, you know? The cream color works really well for this, actually, instead of being a hindrance. The black, the cream color, you know, it just looks really nice together. It's really great. And she sits at number 9. Number 8, Cobra Infantry. I love this so much. It's a really easy figure to get. It has some good accessories. It works out very well. And it was part of my zombies. So, yeah, number 8. I love these guys. You can easily, you know, put them out there. And you get a bunch of them. And they look really cool together. They come with a nice good amount of accessories. And they're just really great. I love them a lot. You know? Get some good troops in here. I really love them. They're just so great. I don't know how to describe it, but they're some of my favorites just because they're the grunts. They're the little guys you can have the Joes fight. You'd want them in each scene just because they're not all that powerful and you could easily dispatch them. So yeah, Cobra Infantry. Number 8. Number 7, Deluxe Snake Eyes. Yeah, I'm surprised too. I actually changed this up like an hour ago before recording this. So, Deluxe Snake Eyes is good, but not like great for me as far as the snake eyes go. You know, he just has that weird wall thing that looks really cool and intricate, yet I don't really see it kind of being not all that necessary. All those extra weapons, not all that necessary, because, you know, you can either get the red ninja or get this and have the same thing. You know, it's kind of moot. It's really nice and all, but is it really needed? Snake Eyes is good in this kind of capacity, but he's not great. The gray throws me off. That sort of metal gray, you know, you want to be, you know, a ninja. You want to be dressed in all black. You want to be hiding. You don't want to be, hey, I'm wearing this shiny metal suit. Come get me. I know that Snake Eyes can easily dispatch anybody, but it's like, you know, stealth is good. Number 6, Snake Eyes. Yeah, right after that. Just, this Snake Eyes is just perfect. He's all black. He looks really great. He has a few Articulation things on him, but that's about it. It's just all black. He just harkens back to that classic Snake Eyes I've heard about where, oh, it's a guy who's wearing all black and he's super cool and it's a body mold that they just want to throw out there, yet this guy, who is he? He's mysterious. Oh, who is this man? And mystery really drives sales. So yeah, Snake Eyes is phenomenal. He's one of my favorite figures in the entire line. He's just super awesome and sits comfortably at number 6 next to Deluxe Snake Eyes at number 7. Number 5, Zartan. Yeah, the Master of Disguise, chameleon kind of character. I love those kind of characters a lot. This Zartan's no exception. He's awesome. He comes with some nice stuff. He looks really cool. And if you get the other Zartan, you have more things too. I love the colors in this guy, the way he moves. He's one of the first couple figures with pinless joints, I believe. So that kind of puts him higher on the list. He looks really great. He looks all dark and spooky in a way. And that hood really sells it. The bald head and the eye makeup and those piercing blue eyes, they kind of remind me of the Beachhead that I have, and that's what made me think, oh, Zartan could be Beachhead, and that led me to use this Zartan a lot in different things, and it just looks so good. I love this guy. He comes with the monkey's paw and the rattlesnake head. That took me over the edge. I'm like, this guy's really creepy and weird. I love it. So yeah, Zartan is at number 5. Number 4, Croc Master and Fiona. I love these two a lot. I love Fiona. She's beautiful and adorable. Croc Master's super cool. Well, it's inventive and pretty genius to get them to use all these pieces that look like alligator stuff and put it on him. That's awesome. He has scales everywhere. Those Destro pants are pretty cool. That's nice that they use those, at least for reuse. He uses, I think, some Roadblock arms or Gung Ho arms. The head's really nice. He looks like Bane, you know? And Fiona is just perfection. She is the most perfect alligator ever. Oh my god, she's awesome. Just looks amazingly just wonderful. Just perfect. And those little tiny baby alligators are really nice. The whip is really cool he has. The flare gun he has is nice. That knife he has is really cool. You know, that hook is amazing. The chain is okay for me because, you know, animal cruelty, whatever. I'm not a fan of that, you know, really. But yeah, having a crocodile, yes! Just yes! Yeah, I'm just so happy with that. Really awesome. Croc Master and Fiona are number 4. Number 3, Destro. Yeah, I'm really shocked at how much I love Destro, even now. He's just amazing. He's like the 3rd or 4th figure in the line, and just blew me away. I love how he looks. I love how, you know, who the character is. I love all the stuff he comes with. The briefcase especially looks amazing. That gun he has is really great. The way it sits on him isn't really, you know, that horrible, yet it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really hinder the figure all that much. It's just, you know, just move the leg, I realized, and that's it, you know. This figure's awesome, though. He's just oozes with, you know, brute charisma. I love that kind of thing. And he's such a great character in all the movies and series and TV shows I've watched. You know, I love Destro. He's really cool. Super good guy. His face looks amazing with that metal chrome dome head. And he comes with variants too, which is pretty cool to collect. And I put the circle head variant on the coil and the regular head variant just, you know, standing there with the troops. So yeah, Destro is number 3. Number 2, Battle Android Trooper Bat. Yeah, customizability is just insane with these. You can have as many as you want. You can have any arm or, you know, weapon configurations as you want. It's just awesome. I love this so much. They're just so cool. The color scheme is really nice. The battle damage opportunity is phenomenal. You can just use it in any way possible. It even looks great without it, without the little chest plate. I'm just so happy with these guys. They're just really great as an army builder, or even great at having one, you know, just one bat being implacable. You can't kill it, and you keep trying to, you know, get it. It keeps the piece keep chipping away, but it keeps coming at you. Oh man, flamethrower, and it has a drill, and it has a gun, and it has like these hands that are really cool, and the claw is amazing. I love that claw. It's super cool, and that puts the bat at number 2 for being just that awesome. Number 1 for the G.I. Joe Classified series is Classic Storm Shadow. I have been waiting for Storm Shadow ever since the line debuted with Snake Eyes. Because everything I've seen with Snake Eyes was him fighting Storm Shadow. As a fan of media in general, I've always been a sucker for the brother versus brother dynamic, even though I'm an only child. You know, Bionicle had Matanui and Makuta. Storm Shadow and Snake Eyes is this for here. Thor and Loki for Marvel. Mario and Luigi versus Wario and Waluigi. They're probably related. Who knows? But yeah, Sonic and Shadow could technically be brothers or something, you know? I don't know. Cloning something, whatever. They're both hedgehogs, in a way. Yeah, Storm Shadow is number 1. He's everything I wanted him to be, and more. I am just insanely happy with how this guy turned out. The deco on his, you know, arms and legs, those bands are just amazing. They look like he's covered in snow or something, like they're wearing away. That's amazingly cool. Good detail. The articulation on him is pinpoint. Really great. Looks super awesome. His arm wraps are really nice with those like guards. Look really cool on him. I love the Cobra symbol on him. Is really crisp and clean. The face is really nice. He comes with alternate hood options. You know, I love having the hood on him. It looks really cool. It makes him more mysterious and cool. The swords with little snakes on him, and that's really nice. He has the Arashikabi symbol emblazoned on his, you know, quiver. He's got this really cool arrow function gimmick where you can put it in the quiver or put it in the actual notch of the bow, and you can finally have a character hold an arrow and a bow in the same thing at once, and that's never happened with any other Hasbro line. They haven't done that in like years, and I've been waiting for that kind of thing, and finally we get it in this perfect representation of Storm Shadow. And I'm just floored by this guy. He's super cool, really amazing. I'm super happy with how he came out, and he's basically perfect. Storm Shadow sits on the throne as the #1 G.I. Joe classified figure. For me, at least. Overall, it has been a blast doing reviews for these figures all this month. It has been a pleasure and an honor to show you what Hasbro can do when it's not limited by an IP or different kinds of articulation standards or standards for children. This is a purely adult collector line that has gone above and beyond what any action figure line should, could, would probably do. Every figure in this is amazing, and while a lot of them have drawbacks, a lot of them are just really great representations of classic characters from the childhoods of many. Every character here just looks so cool, so much detail put into it, great sculpts, great paint, great articulation, great accessories. The accessories are phenomenal in this line. The articulation is awesome too. The paint's really nice, and the sculpts are really good. And this whole line is just a big chef's kiss. Just phenomenal. Bravo, Hasbro. You've done it. You've made a phenomenal action figure line, and I cannot wait to see what we have in store for the future. And to you, the viewer, thank you so much for watching, thank you so much for subscribing, and thank you so much for commenting. It really helps out the channel and keeps everything going here at Jesse Heck Creative. I salute you. Yo Joe. Thank you so much for watching Jesse Heck Creative. Feel free to click like, subscribe, share, or leave a comment. You can also visit us at jesseheckcreative.com, where you'll find more reviews like this one. Thanks again for watching, and keep being creative. Stay tuned.